Hey everybody, what's up? We're back. It's those wrestling girls. It's your girl Krista B
and Queen PR.
And today we have a dope episode because we haven't done a spotlight episode in so long. And you didn't even say your famous line.
I am excited about this episode though. I am excited. Everyone's been wanting us to do a spotlight episode on the Riott Squad.
Yes, for the longest. Like you posted it on Instagram and Twitter and stuff. Everybody's like, oh my God, it's about time. It's about time.
So is it? I think it's because after the draft they got broken up and then that was it. So
right.
And I always felt like they kind of deserved a little bit better. And I think it's worth talking about, especially since we haven't really seen much of them since.
At all.
I know Ruby's injured.
Again.
Sarah's been on Main Event.
Mm-hmm.
And Liv, they've been teasing her on SmackDown.
Coming back as like a new character or new and improved Liv.
And then, of course, we don't really see anything much after that draft. So a lot of people missed the Riott Squad.
Yes.
So we're going to do a spotlight episode.
Surprisingly, I'm one of them.
Yeah. When I started posting gifts the other day, I was like, kind of missed them a little bit because they were on TV a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like I like to think of them, they were the heels of the women's division for like a whole year. Like it was like, okay, we have these good guys, put them against the Riott Squad. Like they were always involved in something. Right. Yeah. So they debuted on SmackDown on November 21st, 2017. And the interesting thing about that, I don't know how you felt about them when they first debuted, but I felt the way because it was right after Paige debuted with Absolution.
I felt like they were copycats.
Yes, and Mandy Rose. So I was just like, okay, so is this just going to be like the SmackDown version? Like I was not feeling them at first. How did you feel about that?
I was confused. I feel like they were like legit copycats. I'm just like, bro, like
I was like,
Vince,
so you're just gonna create the same thing?
People, like, and then Liv and Mandy are twins, like exactly alike. And then you have the gothic looking one, Paige and Ruby, and you have the muscle, the He-Man, beat on your chest, and Sarah and Sonya.
Yeah,
and look, Sarah, Sonya. Paige, Ruby.
I wasn't feeling it. I was like, okay. And then it was, you're comparing it to a group with Paige. So I was just like, why are they just trying to like recreate my bitch
right?
Like this is just not cool. And then as time went on and Paige ended up getting injured and everything, they definitely have their own identity. Like I don't get the Riott Squad and Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose mixed up. They definitely have their own vibe.
Yeah, because I like Liv Morgan's character because she's just like, you watch a haunted movie. Mm-hmm. She's like that haunted dog character, just like, come play with. She's like a Chucky.
Yes.
She's like Chucky.
Very destructive.
But very cute.
She's harmless. And then
she's cute and whatever. And then, she's definitely a Chucky.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I
like her character too.
Right. And then you have Sarah Logan, who's all Viking and all about the Vikings and what she stands for, and big, real tough and don't care. Like, but when she gets in the ring, she's ruthless. Like, oh my God,
she really is. She's really strong, and when she hits you, it looks like it hurts.
It probably
and
does.
You
hurt.
can definitely tell she like hunts, and she's very tough. And I don't want to get into no shit.
Sarah would be my best friend.
Honestly, yes.
I mean, I could hold my own.
Yeah,
she would be my best friend.
Yeah, she would have my back. Though.
Right.
She'll have my back. You know. And then you got Ruby, who I think a lot of people think she was also positioned at the start of the group.
She was. She was. Because every time they came out to music, it was always to Riott Squad.
Yeah.
Music. Like even when Ruby wasn't there, it was like Liv doesn't have her own music. Not that I can remember. Sarah doesn't have her own music. Not that I can remember. It's all Riott Squad. Yeah. And it's always Ruby Riott. Riott Squad.
Ruby Riott is good.
She's amazing.
Is good. I really like her. I like her look. I like her edge. And I like the whole they come to bring chaos kind of thing. Like that infamous gift that they have of them like walking around
and throwing
shit around. I'm like, that's their MO. I thought it was cute.
Right, because Absolution didn't do that.
They did not do that.
They did not
do that. They were definitely different. And I like how they were always available to bring mayhem. Like if it was a special moment or something. They definitely came to like fuck shit up. And they came in and they attacked Becky and Naomi.
They did.
On SmackDown, which is interesting now, 2 years later.
Because Absolution came in and attacked Sasha Banks and... Was it Sasha Banks and Mickie James in the ring? They were fighting? And Paige music popped? I remember that day. I was driving.
I remember that. I love that moment.
And I was just like, oh my God.
And okay, so they later attacked Charlotte and Natalia. And then, no, actually, do you remember the welcome committee? with Carmella for like a hot second. I think Lana, Tamina, Natty. So they were like gonna do like a feud with the Riott Squad or whatever. It didn't really last long, but that was kind of like
maybe it's a good thing it didn't last long with that.
I agree. I don't really remember the Riott Squad as much on SmackDown. I remember them just being like the new Raw. Kids on the block that like bothered everyone. Ruby did get a pin though on Charlotte on SmackDown. I will say that.
She did.
But I feel like they didn't make their impact until Raw.
Yeah.
When they debuted on Raw. And just before we move on to when they moved to Raw, they actually got tattoos of the date that they debuted on the main roster, November 21st. 2017. So it really meant a lot to them.
That's
the three
dope.
of them, like to get the matching tattoos. So that's why I always felt like they should have been tag team champions at some point.
Of course,
but we'll get to that. But
that's not what that. Like I would have loved to see the Riott Squad. No matter, like they could have put them as like a New Day, like a female New Day. With
that.
Even though there's 2 tag team champions, all of them considered champions. And put them against Bailey and Sasha. I think
they would appreciate that because they were like a family. They were like the last group that I would expect to like turn on each other or break up. But
right, and then
they did. So I think they didn't make their impact until Raw. They came on Raw, attacked Sasha Banks and Bailey. So I mean, if you're gonna come to Raw,
you got to go after
and might as well go after them. Yeah, so that's when I feel like I really started paying attention to them. I was like, okay. And then you're in the ring with Sasha and Bailey, and they get wins. They've pinned Sasha and Bailey. Like they did a lot of stuff. Like if you guys have any of Riott Squad moments or matches memorable that you feel like we should definitely highlight, let us know, because they were like heavy on the roster for a good little while. Like they had big profile matches at pay-per-views. They were this kind of kicked off the whole Ronda Rousey versus Nikki Bella at Evolution, but they teamed with Ronda to take on the Riott Squad at the Australian pay-per-view Super Showdown. And I thought that was huge for like the Riott Squad because you're like in the ring with Ronda.
And it's like your call-up. So sometimes call-ups don't get that. But like call-ups stay mid-card. Mid or like real low card. And it's just like, okay, to see them actually on TV, kicking ass, proving themselves. Because I know they got a lot of doubt. Getting wins. I know they got a lot of doubt of flack in the back. Another 3-woman.
Fake absolution.
Yeah, 3-woman faction. What are they going to do? This one plays a lot. Why is her tongue blue? This one's like, why is she wearing the fur vest? This one, she just looks like a miniature Paige. I don't even know why she's here.
Yeah.
And then they proved themselves. They came in, they
really
conquered, kicked ass. That's
and what I like about them too is like each, like you outlined each one of they're all individually different that can bring in like a different type of girl to attract. Like little girls love Liv Morgan. They love dressing up as her. They love painting their tongue blue. That is
a good Halloween costume.
That is a perfect Halloween costume,
Liv
actually.
Morgan.
Yeah.
Gotta get my ass right.
You know, her sneaker game always be on point, so I gotta get it to Liv. And then you have Sarah Logan, like you said, a Viking. And she's strong. And then you got the girls that, maybe from mid-America that like to hunt and shit like that. They're like, oh, I could look up to, Sarah Logan.
Right.
And you got the edgy tattoo girls.
But loner, but leader.
Yes.
Yes. It's probably like a contradiction.
Like, you guys are going to be my friends and everything, but y'all going to listen to me.
Right.
But
when I need my space, just give me my space.
Totally. So I always appreciated them, kind of, when they were wreaking havoc. And then you had, they had their match at Evolution with Natty, Bailey, and Sasha. And that was actually a good match.
It was.
Yeah, we were there.
Hence the cup.
Yeah, we were at Evolution. Yeah, we were there.
We were at Evolution. Yeah, damn.
We
need another one.
I know.
We need another one.
It's gonna be a year soon.
I know. We need another one. Start promoting.
Seriously. But that was a good match. They were always highly featured. Like they were all in the first Royal Rumble, Women's Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
They both kind of made an impact. Sarah Logan was in there like fairly early on, and then in the second one, all three of them did their thing. They are always like prominent. So it was weird that like when they broke up, And before I get to that, I want to talk about the tag team title picture. Right. Because I feel like a lot of people thought the Riott Squad was in the running to even become like the first champions or in that picture somehow. What are your thoughts on the... We kind of touched on it earlier, but... Okay.
I feel like they kind of were robbed. No, not kind of. They were robbed. If you want to talk about tag teams, and like you said when we went to Elimination Chamber, and the only people that really were in tag team were Naomi and Carmella. Not that I'm taking anything away from them. Yeah. But the Riott Squad should have been in that picture some way, somehow. Like, you have Fire and Desire, who's the actual tag team. The Iconics, who's an actual tag team. Of course, Sasha and Bailey. We can kind of count them as a tag team because they're half of the Four Horsewomen. And then you had Tamina and Naya. I think they were just like the muscle, and it was just like pen. And then you, like I said, Naomi and Carmella. And it's like, where's the Riott Squad? Even if Ruby was injured at the time, I'm not sure if she was. But even if
Liv
she was,
and Sarah were in the match. But I feel like they should have. I don't know if they should have won.
They were in the match. I thought it was 5, not 6.
No, yeah, they were. They
got early. They got out early. I really don't remember this match.
I believe they were. I recently watched this match. They didn't get out early, but they did this cool spot where
they all hit their finishers on each other.
Oh, it was so good. It was a beautiful
sequence.
Yes,
okay, I remember.
This one moment where Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan fly off of one of the pods onto, I want to say, Sasha and Bailey, and it was like beautiful. Like it's like they just started flying like magical. Out of nowhere. Yeah,
she saw stars.
It was great, and
she saw stars.
But it was cool because it really showed that they can really be a tag team, and I was like, okay, like I'm thinking they can be in the tag team division. And what's confusing to me is like we don't have a tag team division. Why would you break up one of the strongest tag teams that already have a fan base? They've been on TV for the last 2 years consistently, and then you break them up and then do nothing with them.
I'm sorry, guys. I really should remember this match, but my head has been a little bit over the place today, so forgive me. But I do remember. Okay, I do remember the jump and the sequences, so I do remember them being in that match. Even though Elimination Chamber, I usually feel like it's 5 pods and not 6. Like, 5 on the outside. Oh, because it's already 2 on the inside, right?
Yeah, I was just gonna say because one starts it and then they're waiting.
But yeah, okay. But yeah, I feel like if it was down to, I know they were in the last 2 with Sasha and Bailey.
No, the last 2 were Sonya and Mandy.
I feel like if it was Sarah and Liv with Sasha and Bailey, it would have made more of a match. Like, not taking nothing away from Fire and Desire, because, Sonya, my girl, I love her. But them 2 against Sasha and Bailey, and them 2 meaning Liv and Sarah, that would have been a hell of a match because everybody wants to see that. Like, sometimes I just be like...
Or make it seem like they could come close to getting the championship.
I feel like you got to be like Batista and be like, give me what I want. Yeah. Like, you have to. Give me what I want.
They deserve those titles,
They do deserve it.
I'm sorry, they did. I don't know if they're gonna put them back together. I know
they need to.
The Shield special, they did a little mention of that being the last time the Riott Squad would be together, but I feel like it should have been more of a big deal.
It should have. Like, they should have got more time.
Yeah.
More time to be a faction.
At least to compete for the titles a couple times, because they should have feuded with a couple champions.
Right. Like you said, we don't have tag teams.
We don't. So why would you break up one of the... Honestly, besides the Iconics, who's like a legit tag team or group or whatever that was like solidified? Like, you don't got to build them up.
Fire and Desire
and the Riott Squad,
Fire and Desire, Riott Squad, and the Iconics. Other ones you really the other ones,
that was it.
And it was like you really can't count the 4 Horsewomen to this point because they feuded with each other.
Yeah, which I kind of prefer at the moment.
Girl, no. Anyway,
so I want to talk about each member a little bit. So let's start with Ruby.
Okay.
Now, she, like you said, she was, like we said earlier, she was kind of positioned as the leader, kind of like the star of the group. And she got a lot of wins on people and had a number of pay-per-view solo pay-per-view matches, unlike the other
Liv
two.
And Sarah.
Yeah, but I think her main one was probably against Ronda Rousey earlier this year. And I think that was a lot of lost potential there of what that could have been.
I agree. I definitely agree. They put on a hell of a match. And like I said, I'm always team Ronda. Like I don't care. Like I'm always team Ronda, and I always give her her props. Like every match she goes into, she always improves. And Ruby, she really comes out the gate swinging. So when you put those when you put those two dynamics together, it's just like an explosive ass time. And for that to be diminished a little bit, it was just like, fuck. Like,
it's crazy because I'm glad that you said that, because I felt like her matches with Ronda Rousey should have like elevated her, but I feel like it kind of diminished her because it was obvious that you used Ruby as really just to further along the other feuds that Ronda was having at the time. Remember the squash match? Like everybody was so disappointed because they were looking forward to what you're talking about, like that their dynamic. And then it was just like a squash match, literally just to set up something else. So now you're basically saying to me, like, you know,
you really don't
let's
care.
not take Ruby seriously, like we thought it could be. And they both have that edge that could have been so good.
It could have been dope.
Yeah, but I think they dropped the ball. They knew that Ronda wasn't going to be there long, and just like kind of rushed and squeezed all of these matches in a short amount of time instead of like prolonging them, which I mean I get it, but I felt bad for Ruby Riott. I felt like this could have been such a great opportunity for her to finally, and she was so popular on the indie scene, and then this happens and she's injured again, but we wish you well, Ruby.
Well wishes, Ruby.
Yeah, but I like her confidence. I like her her dark hair. I think she can definitely make a random return.
Isn't it red now? It's red now.
It might be red now. Yeah,
it was red now. Before her second injury.
Yeah. I look forward to her coming back and hopefully in a strong position. And it looks like they're trying to build up the women again. So maybe she could come back and there'll be like options for her. It's not like I hate that now. It's like if you're not in a feud with Becky or Charlotte, it's like you don't matter. So I'm hoping that they're building up the women to where there can be little like side feuds that we actually like care about. Yeah. So I had fun looking up Sarah Logan because I did not know that she was a rosebud.
Are you serious?
Yes.
In NXT, she was a rosebud?
Yes.
She was a
Yes. So I just thought that was funny because
like dancing up and down with the line and the music. She was a rosebud.
Back in the Disney. Well, it's not that. It feels like it's not that long ago, but it's like not long ago. But her as a Viking now, I can't picture her as a...
We need to pull that up. Like, we need to literally...
Somebody post that YouTube link or whatever.
We need to literally
look up on the network so that we can see
if
that,
she was really a rosebud.
Really funny.
Because I can't see
right?
that.
I can't picture it. It's so funny. And she was in the first round of the first Mae Young Classic.
Yes, that I know.
Which is really dope.
That I know.
Was she a Viking?
I don't think so. I'm
okay.
not sure if she was a Viking. Don't quote me.
Okay. I'm curious. She possibly had that type of vibe, but they didn't probably like go fully there yet. Maybe.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I wouldn't be surprised if she was, because she's truly a Viking in real life or whatever.
She married one. She had a Viking wedding. Congratulations. It was like I like shit like that when you can like do something really special just for like and like it's funny because everyone was posting photos and stuff like, yep, I'm at a Viking wedding.
That's on the bucket list to go to a Viking wedding, right? Just to see what it's like.
I know the meat is probably like the food is probably really, really, really
right. The meat,
but I like I like Sarah Logan though.
Yeah,
I like her whole vibe. I think she was positioned well, especially like in like Royal Rumble type situations, like because she is like you said, she's the powerhouse. She's the one like. It really looks like she's fucking hitting you hard as fuck. Like
she probably is. What the hell? That's why I couldn't be a wrestler in the ring.
Yeah,
because the Brooklyn in me would come out.
Like, yo, bitch.
And it's just like straight fighting.
But
like,
but she probably like wrestles bears or some shit.
You know
Krista,
what?
yo. I got your back, though.
It's time for you to go, sis. It's time for you to go. Y'all peas out, wrestling. She got to go. She tired.
I got your back, though.
You do. My follow-up, but still.
Yes.
Wrestling bears, but Lord.
I did like how when Ruby Riott was injured the first time, I felt like it gave Sarah Logan and Liv Morgan a lot of time to shine. It did. On Raw. They were like having matches, and then you got to see like Liv Morgan can wrestle her ass off. Like she really gives a lot in the ring. Like I didn't realize it, and even rewatching the Elimination Chamber match, like she really gives it all. Like she sells like crazy.
She does.
She is very underrated.
Very underrated.
She's underrated, but she has a very strong support on Twitter.
She does.
People love Liv.
She does.
Yeah.
I love Liv.
Right?
Liv, we love you.
And she's from Jersey, so she's like
she's in our backyard. She's one of us.
Our people.
She's one of us. Like that's just what it is.
Yes. And I love that she is small, but you can tell she's very
athletic.
Yes. Like she's very athletic. She's very like she loves wrestling, and she like goes out there and she wrestles her ass off, and I feel like it doesn't get enough like recognition. And I feel like when people during the draft, when she spoke up, I think people were like, oh, okay, we finally gonna
and then Shane shut her down,
and then fucking
bastard.
Shane. I'm like, fucking Shane.
Bastard.
But she was in NXT. She made an impact. She was definitely more Jersey type character in NXT until she was brought up to the main roster, but then she became more of like the troubled child, like wanting to just like
it's Chucky.
It's
Chucky.
Just like fuck shit up, but then she's just like adorable, and you're just like, oh my god, your tongue.
You have to. It's like one of them things. Like she'll knock something over, you turn around, see who did it, and she's standing there smiling like it wasn't me.
It's like I can't be mad at you because you're like adorable, but you are vicious and destructive,
and you need your ass beat.
Yes. Very much.
That's just what it is.
But she's cool, and I like her ring entrance when she like swings and sits on the rope.
On the ropes, yeah.
I think that's really cool too. And they're always at live shows. That's the thing. Riott Squad was always on live shows. They were always on TV. Like they were so much a part of everything. And then it's like,
just we take the rug from under their feet.
Gone, and it's like so okay. We kind of hear like you had to like I had to really like be like wait the Riott Squad like I had to like kind of look for that information. Like it wasn't like this announcement like the Riott Squad is breaking up.
But I think the day of the draft when it came and they called Liv Morgan to SmackDown, everybody just had like a dagger in their heart. What? It was just like
what?
Like are you dumb?
They could have had such a cool storyline of like how they broke up. They could have had
as long as it didn't go out like the Shield.
No.
Right. We don't need that.
No. Or like Ruby feeling like she needs to go her own direction and leaving Sarah and Liv behind. Like they could have did so much with that. They could have had matches against each other. Like
and maybe that was it, but Ruby got injured.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. We never know what the plans were supposed to be. And I could see them wanting to see what they could do with Liv. Because all three of them have potential that was going to be my question is like, do you think the three of them have potential to be top stars on the same level, like championships one day? Like okay,
I can see them holding tag team titles and the women's championship.
No, I mean like as solo.
I'm talking about like, but even if they were all to come together, like the whole group has gold, just like the New Day, the whole group has gold. Like I can see them, and I keep mentioning, I don't know, we had a discussion about not really mentioning the males, but it's hard not to mention the males when you want to compare how they are, like when you want to compare their styles or you want to compare their greatness or you see their greatness just like the males. And it sucks that we have to compare it to the males to see their greatness. Like, oh, yeah, if you put it this way, then like that, everybody like, oh, yeah, it sucks. But I think that's why I mentioned the males a lot as a comparison. And I wanted to break away from, okay, well, we don't have to sit here and put the Riott Squad like the New Day because the Riott Squad is their own, and hopefully they will see it. But as it's thrown to us, it's like, well, damn, they could do it. If the New Day could do it, then they could do it.
Yep, I agree. I could see all three of them making it on their own without coming back together. Like I could definitely see Liv, you know, because she has potential. Like, I'm looking at these Funkos, like Liv would be a perfect Funko. She's like you said, she's a perfect Halloween costume. Like, there's a lot of potential with Liv Morgan that they can do. You already have little girls showing up to the arena with blue tongues. Like, why not do fucking more with that shit? Sarah Logan, that's
also
Viking
a dope
character,
costume,
right?
That's also a dope
be
costume.
A Viking and shit. I could see her as like one of those strong champions for a little while.
Right.
Like, you know, she maybe not like have a huge run, but I could see her holding something.
And I could definitely see her going against Nia Jax or Tamina. No, Sarah Logan and Tamina.
Oh, that would be good.
Oh my WWE, cut my check right now. Like, stop playing with me.
To the creative team
right stop
now.
playing with me. Cut my check.
I there's potential. Then you already got everybody already knows Ruby is going to be in the title picture. Everybody's been anticipating it since fucking last year. So hopefully she gets back soon and then she can.
But who would she go after? Would she go after? Would she have more reason to go after Becky? Because we just gonna say Sasha's not gonna win that belt against Becky for whenever they go against it.
I think she is, just not the first time. I feel like hopefully they do like a Austin and Rock, where it's like they have like a trilogy of matches where it could just like go back and forth or something like that. But I would like if Sasha was champion again. But then it's like, I want you to take it over with Becky. That's what makes it so good, because it's just like, oh God, I can't handle it. Anyway, but the Riott Squad.
Will Ruby come back and take it off of Becky, or would she go to take it off of Bailey? Like, who you think would give her a run for her money?
I would say if you want to make an impact, you gotta go with the top, and that's Becky. Like, even when you said Ruby and Bailey, it just felt flat for me.
Right,
it didn't do. But when you said like, imagine Ruby coming back better, stronger than ever on some shit. Like, I think her and Becky could put on something.
What do y'all think?
Let us
We're
know.
going to put this on Twitter, too.
Yes, I want to know.
We're going to put this on Twitter.
I want to know what people think. I want to know what people think. But overall, what do you want to say about the Riott Squad?
Bring them back. Yeah. The fuck? Like, bring them back. Like, they are so dope. They're legit. Like, they were the only true definition of a tag team that I was really into. I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm not a really big fan of the Iconics, and this is just my truth, you guys. Can't stand them. Fire and Desire. Fire and Desire. They're a dope tag team. I wish you could do more. I wish you would break them up, to be honest, because Sonya Deville has so much potential without Mandy Rose. Agreed. And it's just like, oh my gosh, whatever. But I really want to see the Riott Squad come back. I want to see the Riott Squad come back with Liv Morgan as her new and improved self, her character. Like,
it's a lot of unfinished business. Like, I'm not satisfied. Like,
me neither.
With like, at least the Shield, at least they have a breakup moment. You know what I mean?
Damn you, and Seth. You're lucky we like you again.
You can be like, okay, Seth hit him with, like, we can look back at that moment they broke up, and we don't have that satisfaction of anything.
We don't. And I feel like with a lot of factions, there were times we actually saw them break up.
Yes.
D-Generation X countless fucking times.
It was like, okay, we're just driving her here. Right. This is the last Riott Squad match next.
This wasn't dope. Like, Vince, do better.
Yeah.
Do better.
I have faith. I have faith in the future, though. I didn't for a while, but now I do. So hopefully we see Liv Morgan soon, at least on SmackDown. But let us know. What do you think of the Riott Squad? Do you think they should come back as a group? Do you think they should come back individually? And who should Ruby Riott's big feud be when she comes back?
Becky or Bailey?
Yeah.
One more thing, because we have a little bit of time left. How would you rank the Riott Squad members?
That's a really good question. I like Liv. I'm more intrigued of what she can do. I think we haven't even seen anything from Liv yet. Like, I think she's really gearing up to come back really strong. So I'm ranking them as my favorite, not like who's the best or whatever. So I like Liv. I like Sarah, but I'm gonna have to put Ruby next because I just like Ruby's whole vibe. She's like so cool, and she's really good. And then I would say Sarah. But I like all three of them. Like, I wasn't like, oh my God, the Riott Squad is here, but I do appreciate them, and I do feel like they deserved better, and I do miss them on TV. Like, they were dope. So, they were dependable.
Do you think there'll be room for one more? And if so, who? Like, say there'll be Riott Squad versus 4 horsewomen, who would you think that fourth person of Riott Squad would be?
That's a really good question too.
Like I don't even know.
I don't know. That'd be cool for like an NXT call up.
Yes,
I don't know who
I was
though,
thinking,
but I think
I don't know. I feel like, or even the NXT UK, because I feel like Toni Storm could do it.
Ooh, I love Toni Storm.
Because her whole vibe and her whole get up,
I think she
is close to like Ruby's in the sense.
A group though. I think she's
above.
Like, it would have to just
but
be
if
like
I
a little
had to
one-time
pick,
thing.
yeah, like a one-time thing, like she's an honorable member of the Riott Squad, causing all this shit.
Oh my god, that's
and
another
chaos.
good question that we want to know from you. Who would be a good honorable member of the Riott Squad? Because they usually add on like other bad guys, but like who do you think could be like someone that they would be like, you know what, we want you, because they're like a family. That's what I liked about the Riott Squad. They were like a family, and you felt it, and you knew they would never turn on each other, and you knew that they would have each other's back no matter what.
Right.
Who could they welcome in that same way? Because they would have to trust them too.
Right.
And they would have to have the same motives of just being destructive and.
To be honest, before Nikki, I would have thought Nikki Cross could have been a part of that.
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
I would have thought Nikki Cross could have been the fourth.
She could have been like the erratic one that they can't control. They can't control. Oh my god, Nikki, no. Yeah, come on, rein it in. Like,
come on, bring it in.
I can see Ruby being like, no, you're not listening to the plan.
Right. And then when it's really somebody really getting under the skin, and she's like the rabbit, get her, stick her, go.
I miss that Nikki.
You know, she's all besties with Alexa Bliss and whatnot, and it's just like, okay, we get it.
We'll see what happens.
You're giving Alexa too much credit, sis.
Yes, or maybe the Riott Squad could come back and challenge for the tag team titles, and then they're
who knows
the champions for a little while. That could be cool too. And then Liv turns on them or something, or they're like, Liv, we don't need you. I don't know.
Why is everybody? Why when you predict something, everybody always has to turn on somebody?
I just like.
Why can't they just like have that moment? Let them keep that. Like, why? That's like saying you want the New Day to turn on each other.
No, that would break my heart. Then. That would break my... Although there was a time where I wouldn't have minded if Big E turned on them. I don't know why. But it was when he was injured and stuff. Everybody was like... Somebody on Twitter was like, imagine Big E came back as a heel. And I was like, I wouldn't be mad at that. But then I would be, I think. Yeah, I would be.
Please excuse her. That is her tiredness.
No, it's not that it would break my heart. I think it would break so many kids' hearts. That's what I would feel bad about. But I would enjoy the whole thing of it. Yeah.
Like I said, please excuse her because that's her tiredness talking. Yeah, no, stop having people turn on each other.
I know.
Like, low key sadistic. I see.
No, I do think.
Just kidding.
That Mandy and Sonya need it.
Lord, yes, they do.
They need it.
Yes,
and I don't
they
even care who turns on who.
Me neither. Just do it.
Just do it. Like, just do it and have Sonya do her thing. What? Sonya and Ruby. That would be good.
I was about to throw these headphones off, girl. I was about to be like,
so good, actually.
You know what?
Oh my god,
it's time to go.
That would be like so epic. That would be.
Can
so
WWE
epic.
cut our checks right now?
Yeah.
Right now, like. Because we just giving y'all ideas, and we're gonna go back to these tapes, and we're gonna ask for our severance pay and whatnot, or back, whatever you call it. Can you cut out checks? Because
that would be good. That would be so good. Because you could have Sonya just turn on Mandy, and then all of a sudden Ruby pops back up, and then.
But that would look like Ruby was trying to come to save Mandy. So you got to really rework that.
Yeah, or it could just be no, not like the same night.
Oh, okay, okay.
Like they break up and she's doing her own thing for a bit, and then
right.
Ruby comes in and it's just like it's like shit.
And Peg, I'm going to be the top striker.
Yes,
of the division, not you.
Yo,
I've been working.
Really remember this episode if that happens. Because I really like that.
I will definitely go once this episode is out and it happens. I'm definitely screen recording this very moment.
Yeah.
Sending it to WWE, and in the subtitles gonna be like, "Cut our check, thanks." That is it.
Yes.
That is it.
Yeah, it's been fun remanicing on the Riott Squad.
So
and
much fun.
Thinking about the possible future of the Riott Squad. That was really, really fun. You didn't rank the Riott Squad.
Oh, girl. Jesus. I would have to go Ruby, Liv, Sarah. Same way. No, yours is the other way around. Yours was Sarah. Yours was Liv, Ruby, Sarah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Sarah just, I don't know. She's just too for me. But she's good.
Yeah.
But Ruby's my bitch.
Yeah.
It's my bitch.
Yeah.
And then Liv.
Get well soon, Rubes.
Right? We can't wait to see you. And on that note, we are happy to wrap this episode up.
Yes,
and once again.
And let us know who we should do a spotlight episode next. And subscribe to our YouTube channel for a whole bunch of fun new episodes. We got the 4 Horsewomen coming.
Don't tell them. Don't tell them.
You're right. We got to get them excited.
We do have to get them excited.
And like our Facebook page, join our Facebook discussion group,
Instagram, Twitter.
Follow us on Twitter, all that good stuff. And on
that note, it's your girl Krista B.
And it's Queen PR.
And those wrestling girls are out.